we pause here. Now I want to analyze the things. Now, to kill Wali, Wali had a boon from Brahmadev that nobody can kill you from front. Now, if Rama wants to kill him by front, he could have in spite of that. Because he had a higher pedestal higher. Vishnu, he had a pedestal higher. But that could have been, firstly, breach of Brahmadev's order. As far as possible, no interference with other person's jurisdiction. Number one principle. Second, if he wants to keep the valor of a divine, moment he used the divine force, he cannot kill the Ravana. Right? So the person was not that time that he could not have killed Wali, he could have killed 10 Walis also. But he cannot, in view to these circumstances, so in spite of the fact I have got a valor, if I do a particular act, person will call me timid, still I will prefer to be timid rather than committing breach of these two tenets. He does that. It was not out of fright he has done it. In order to observe the law he has done it. Can you call it a person who is wrong? Follow the law. Because Rama was known to follow the law to the tooth and nail. His whole avatar is for that purpose. Pause here for a moment. Just see. Tara gave the curse to Ram. Ram said, yes, it shall happen. Same grace he has accepted because for no fault of Wali he has killed him. Her husband is killed, so she has the right to give the curse. He can just brush aside that curse. No, he has also taken it with that same grace. All right, give it that also to me. See the grace. Wait for a while. Suddenly, Wali came to know his past. Wali's past, Wali came to know, and suddenly he realized what a foolish he is. And he says, Tara, what have you said? Do you know who is Ram? He is Lord Ram, he is Lord Vishnu. You go before him, and though I will die, you follow his dictum. Whatever he says, you do it, and that is my order to you. Because he just at that time of death, he realized his past birth. And it was because of particular curse he came there, and he was to be killed at that moment by Ram, by which he was to go ahead. He was to send ahead. He was not killed for the sake of killing, he was to send ahead for some good purpose. He was again taken to a very higher ladder from where he was thrown because of the curse. To see this part, what does this show? Rama. Then, no, don't stop it here. Thereafter, the whole story you know, I did not know. And then he just saw that this Tara marries Sugriva again, and the son Angada of Tara becomes again the prince with him. Matter comes to an end. Now they go to Ayodhya. What happens? What happens is, now the curse of Tara has to take effect. Prarabdha karma has to take effect. He is a human being. It has taken effect by a small incident of a small person. He was Nimitta Matra. Who was he? He just said something lightly. But as a king, how can I allow this thing to happen? In my mistake. Knowing full well Sudha has not done anything, Sita might be my wife. But ultimately, Tara's curse must come into realization, number one. And secondly, when I have accepted that I am a king, my duty of a king is far greater than duty towards wife. Ask her to go. Why I have told? That even these persons, when they come, they have to go under karmic law. Yeshu Krishna also the same thing. He has shown so many things. But when it required that for a particular thing, to gospel of truth, to imbibe upon the person, you have to get yourself crucified, he accepted that also. So, when they come, they have to behave enough to take into consideration the karmic law also. So keep this thing in mind, because since it is a question of this type, that's why I have told you. I hope I have answered the question. Yes, what is the next?
Supplementary to this question number 1.
Yes.
You just said it may be the choice of the child, or it may be the product of the mother, or it may be the product of the father also. Now supposing for the child didn't want to go, and it was the product of the father that the child should die. This product will affect the child and the mother also.
Just try to understand. This will not happen. Because the child, when it is shown by the law knows that here the child is to be died because of that particular aspect, cause and effect. Because those persons are thrown out by a law of karma. The law of karma of precision. They will only send him at a particular place where the child will be killed by that in that way. Otherwise it will not be changed. Those laws are very perfect. These are not the laws by which a breach can be committed. Just see, because that will come by law at a particular place only. Only volition is given to the higher persons. They see that by this mother, we will come in little bit difficulty, and again I will have a penance and I go ahead further. That's where they come. But otherwise, other persons are thrown in an exact situation where they can discharge their role. So if the person is to be died early, that person is shown at that place. Yes, next question.
Supplement to question number 2, which I have. We have given the example of Rama, the Krishna, Rama, and Yeshu Krishna. But these are the examples of the persons who are sent by divine force to do certain work or to fulfill certain commitments. But I have my question, only question was for a common man. You had deliberated today that whenever other party does something back to us, you should not repeat in the same column.
I have told Mr. that I have told you, if your duty requires you, then it is not your personal hatred. Just try to understand.
Very different. If a policeman is there, but I am a common man.
Yes.
Somebody asks me,
To
whether I should hurt him or not.
Yes, to the extent of some person comes to kill you. Let us take an illustration. No, I know your question, I am telling you. Suppose A comes to B for killing, right? He has right of self-defense. He can kill him. There is nothing wrong. To protect your body, you have got right. But let us take an illustration. A person goes for killing somebody. He is killed. He has no right to kill because he goes there to kill somebody. You see, either way around, you have to see everywhere and apply the law. When somebody says something, don't get annoyed. You always, what happens is, envy, spite, hatred expressed. On a minor particulars you get disturbed. Why you get disturbed? Because of your ego. You feel you are really great. You have to forget about it. But when it comes to that extent, wherein your life is in danger, or some situation is in danger, or he is going beyond a particular limit, Lord Krishna itself has given Shishupala. I have told you, after a limit you can take it. I just say generally, how many ways you get disturbed for nothing in the life. For that I say, forget about it. You should not create a turbulent force in the mind. But when it comes, because it becomes a duty, because protection of your body is also a duty. Section 196 to 106 of Indian Penal Code deal with it. What is the right of self-defense? But everything you have to do like that. So you have to see along with it. Because these are all combination, you have to just analyze it and behave accordingly. Discretion is with you. Yes, Mr. Mukherjee.
My first question is, in your speech you had mentioned about Daya as an important social necessity. You have just now said, be kind to all persons. But you have not mentioned anything about Maya. What is it and what role does it play?
The question is, apart from Daya, what is Maya? You must understand, because many times this question is, Rukshabadashi, Chayadashi, Jagya Maya. You don't understand anything, just like so you must understand what is Maya. Whether this dunya is Maya, answer is yes. Whether you have to do your duties as per this dunya, yes. Now just try to understand. The change is from the dimension. told you yesterday one sentence I have uttered, that if you look from that dimension of absolute, whole world is a dream. That is Maya. I will explain to you a little better afterwards. When you are in this world, you are within the karmic laws. This is actually a world you have to face. This is a real life of yours. You have to face it at its own level. So what is Maya? You must see. In this world also you can see Maya and how it is. When you go in a deep meditation, who should say dunya is Maya? None of you can say this dunya is Maya. You should say that dunya is real. If an elephant comes, starts running after you, you have to go out. If you say he is Maya, you are finished. Just try to understand. Because you are living in the world of Panchatainaya Karmendriya, laws of time and space and Panchatainaya Karmendriya will apply. Now what is Maya? Then just try to understand. And this word is completely misconstrued by all these religious persons without understanding. Arey Maya ke piche kyun lag rahe ho? And they becoming a rich is some crime. This is something. Why you should pray poverty? I don't understand. Why should you be poor? I don't know. Be rich. This is complete. That's why I said 3,000, 2,000 years especially. India has gone to ruin because of this negative thinking. Understand what is Maya. Rishis have never thought this as a Maya. Just try to understand. Who can call this word as a Maya? Just understand. You go deep in the meditation. You have forgotten your body consciousness. Mind consciousness goes, your mind becomes totality is mind, universal mind. Your intellect becomes totality is intellect. At that stage, through the breathing process, you go to the root, you to the origin of life. When you go to the origin of life, what you say is a magnetic vibratory force. The whole world is a vibratory force. And when they see this is the reality, they say, what I was seeing in the world, here speaking, is Maya. Really, it is something within which is vibrating, which is the part of that Parabrahma. Which is Parabrahma, that is real thing, absolute is a real thing. When you are in the absolute, when you are capable of seeing the absolute, then world is Maya. Remaining world, you cannot say it is Maya. Just try to understand. Now, whatever have been told by them, scientifically is true, because science now says human being is only a magnetic field. Homo magneticus, human being is a homo magneticus, homo means man, human. Homo magneticus in a participatory universe of cosmic consciousness, family. So that is Maya. So when you really see the origin, then you feel this word as a Maya. But you and me, who are day and night doing everything, for this it is not Maya. I hope you have understood. Yes. Any question?
To heritage as something on which the person has no control. But now, what part does environment play in building the character of the person? We say often, अरे वो छोकरा हमारा वो लोग सबसे मिलके हुआ बड़ा हो गया ऐसा हो गया. We put that as an argument when the child doesn't develop as the parents desire. So what part does environment play in the breaking up of characters?
This is a question of Mr. Mukherjee, that many times you say, my son was good and the company will bigger here. At that time, we have to answer that. Now just try to understand. This topic, to understand, you have to understand the different dimensions of it. Company makes the difference, definitely. But it makes the difference either way. Try to understand. In a bad circumstances, you may become a thief and you may believe in God and change your whole metamorphosis, your life and go ahead. Nilchandani, when he was penniless, I am giving only illustration. He could have done hera-feri somewhere and he could have become rich by going to the wrong way. Same circumstances, he said, no, God will never keep me like this. He has to bring me up. That faith has brought him in a different life. But now environment was there for both. But the propensity is within. Propensity is within. You have to see the combination of it. And apart from that, every time intellect, vivek which is given to you, can give little discretion to you to go this way or that way. And if you happen to go a right way, you get the right result. If you go to a wrong way, you get wrong results. Remember one thing, if the destiny is just like a mathematical rule or a blueprint, then there is no mother in the life. Why you have to do? It is going to happen. No, it is not like that. I told you, it is a process of an unfoldment. If your unfoldment is great, the same circumstance will help you in the process of unfoldment, you become graceful. But if your unfoldment is not there, if you don't want to go to a spiritual unfoldment, but if you want to grow to your Panchadhyana law of attachment, getting glued to it, you become selfish, you have hatred, you have everything, and you go by that, then you go by animal instinct. If you go by animal instinct, you can't get spiritual result. If you go by spiritual result, you can't get animal instinct. This is the way. Environment may be there, but your propensity is within. Number one, you have to see, and in spite of the propensity, if by some chance, because of some pure accident, you start thinking in a good way, you go in a good way. You start thinking in a bad way, you start thinking in a bad way. Because when you saw cause and effect, as you have to take into consideration cause and effect of past deeds, whatever you have done in this life is also going to produce some effect. Therefore, I told you, in this life, keep this thing right, 4 guidelines of all this. Be kind to others, love God, know God, unison with all the good thinking, acting, everything. Highest concept of your, for that I have told you. If you follow that, even the karmic laws become diluted because of the present karmas of yours. Sanchita karma, because of this agami karma, it just becomes dilute. Understood? Any other question?
I have more questions to ask.
Yes, one by one. Because for you,
Let's ask.
unless they are common.
They are not common, they are different.
Right.
As I understood from your discourse, Chaturvarna came into existence for the well-being of the society and the capabilities of each individual. What is the explanation of the saying in, what is the explanation for the saying in Gita, Chaturvarna Maya Krishna? This is question number 1. May I ask a second question or?
What is Gita you have said?
In Gita it says Chaturvarna Maya Krishna, created by the God, right?
Now you want answer to this.
This one is relation to what we say.
Now I will give you answer first. Just try to understand what is wrong with what they have stated and what I have stated. They are not incompatibly consistent. You see what I have stated is Chaturvarna as original. If you see all Vedas or even if you see Upanishads, there is nothing like caste system. Chaturvarna itself shows that the society is divided from the work point of view, the way in which the work is done. Now, Lord has stated Chaturvarna I have created. As you know, created. So Chaturvarna is for administration of society is a must. He has not stated that I have created caste. He has not stated, and once there are Chaturvarna, every person should follow the laws of that. What are the laws? If I am a servant, I should be the best servant. I must keep my master happy. Master should see that servant is well looked after. In this, the harmony of the society is made. It is not that son of the servant will become servant only. He himself can grow also. Because that is all different. They don't say that now this has become out of exploitation. Subsequently you wanted son of Brahmin should be valued only. Though he is behaving like a ruffian. And this has created trouble. Now see anything of this type, Vaishya, he is doing the business, that's why he is Vaishya. As an incident, son may become Vaishya. But if he has a bad quality of Shudra, he should be discarded as a Shudra. So whatever has been told in Gita is only from the point of view in a society, just in a society also. When different persons are doing different work, they must follow their duties. malady in India today, everybody wants right without liability. You want wife but you don't want to maintain her, father-in-law should say. Yes, this is the problem. You only take the charge of procreation. That creates a problem. You take rights and duty, there is nothing, no difficulty. If Unimog said that we will be honest in work, we will see that work is up to this mark. There won't be my requirement of time. If owner says, if you do the work, you should get like this. If I get more profit, you get like this to the extent. One year if it is less, you also get. In that case, you live as a part of that company. You are not separate. Here, the point is who exploits more, in this the malady comes. So therefore, system which was there, even today it is there, is it not there? Prathama Shreni, second Shreni, Dvitiya Shreni, Tritiya Shreni, what is it? Is it not? But today, a peon's person, son may be a collector. It happens. So there is nothing wrong about it. Second question.
When a person acts irrationally, violently, the instinctive mind comes into play. Is it also correct to say that that time the tamas guna takes control over him? Is there any relation between tamo guna and the instinctive mind?
See, unnecessarily making it complicated, tamo guna, rajo guna, this thing, just try to understand. By either these Shadrikus, Kama, Kruda, Madha, Vatsala, Bhaya, Vaikuna, all these things, going more than a limitation. What happens is, your rational thinking, because what is the rational thinking? I want to do this. What is the easiest way and quickest way to achieve this? 1, 2, 3, 4. But instead of thinking like that, you just try to do something out of hatred, out of malice, which is not required, out of this thing. Because of that, what has happened? Some masjid was demolished somewhere. Muslim came on the street, they started destroying the temple. And now what the persons who built the temple have done? They become irrational. Why they have become irrational? Because of the hatred suddenly developed. Your rational system in the mind has come to an end. Moment rational system has come to an end, the only mind is the instinctive mind where you have put lot of hatred. Ye kafir hai, ye landa hai, but that's all that has gone inside. And moment the rational mind goes, something which is inside starts coming up. Now something which is that subconscious mind, when it comes as an upsurge, it comes as a spontaneity, it comes with a force, and then the destruction starts like a plague. It is a side reaction, it is a chain reaction. One person hits the stone, other person takes the stick, third person, and then it starts. Because the conscious mind becomes numb. And therefore, radicalism, faith in the religion in this way is bad. Because these are the faiths which were required once upon a time. They are not required in that way. Really you should ask, I am a human being. What best human being should do for each other? Therefore it happens like that. Next question.
One person is endowed with highest intellect and another person is below average. One person is a saint and another person takes pleasure in committing all sorts of atrocities. Is the theory of karma involved in it?
Yes, definitely I told you. See, there are two ways to look into it. One is the scientific way. And scientific way is like this, I told you. When the female gamete, ovum and the sperm comes together, there are 23 chromosomes, they come together, there are genes. And then I told you, which is dominant, which is recessive, that comes up, we have seen. And then the mitotic and meiotic, this division takes place by which again, 46 number of chromosomes to bring to 23. Believe it, if this division would have been exactitude, there would not have been any evolution at all. But these cutting, by the separating, there is not with exactitude. There are very many changes in that. And due to the changes, the brother and other brother differs. And so many conditions combination take place, and therefore there is a difference. That is, science says so. Now karmic law, we have just shown that when you are about to come from a slumber, last slumber there at astral lobe, when you feel like coming inside, again in this material life, you go in slumber, and when you come out, at that time your certain prarabdha and all these things, choice are decided either by a destiny or by your volition if you are little I, and you select that. At that time all these things matter. But many a times taking intelligence also person like a fool. Many times intelligent person behave like a fool. You will find many a times in a life intelligent persons are not successful. You may find that. The reason is prarabdha, because it is not only intelligence makes your life. Ordinary persons live better life many a times. The reason is different. Therefore karmic law still takes place. Difference or no difference, karmic results are always there. And that is as per decided. Only thing is you have some faculty to change to some extent. Only prarabdha karma cannot be changed, I told you, because when the arrow starts, when the body is formed, prarabdha karma starts, all the gunas of bodies given by prarabdha, they are set in motion, they will only come to an end. At the end, only thing will be difference would be little healthier habits will put your life 5, 10 years, 15 years more. Nothing more than that, but all the troubles of the body will come. Next.
Well, Garud Purana says about life after death. Does it differ in material respect to what you have said in your...
Yes, it will differ. Garud Purana is a grantha where rituals, last rituals are given. All the rituals which you do on the cremation ground are in Garud Purana. Just try to understand, this Garud Purana has its own significance once upon a time at one time. Because at that time, people were not that much evolved. They were not literate, they could not understand. And there was a fear of death, there was a fear of ghosts. And there are so many psychological problems in this. You know, especially in Hindus, they have made the mess out of this death. So much, if the person goes to the cremation, usko sina nahi, unless he takes bath, no, it will not happen. Something will happen. We have created a mess out of it because of so many blind concepts. Now just try to understand, when some person dies in the family, you are illiterate, you don't understand something. There is always a possibility whether he will come at night, what will happen, and in order to see that, this psychology is taken care of. Psychology. And the person who died also, his unfoldment was this much. Just try to understand. Certain kriyas are mentioned. Now let us see what happens. You start taking the body in a particular way. You go near cremation ground. You keep the body down and take one stone, right? That is called ashma. Now the meaning is that atma of that person has gone in ashma. Now tell me, atma has gone with the body, I have already told you. But you take those vibrations, let's take. Person feels that ashma mein sab aa gaya idhar abhi, so you will not enter. Then after cremation you come home and keep all that ash and ashma and everything outside house. So people, see, it is not coming in the house. See, this is what psychologists see. Then this goes on like this. First day you have to do this, second day you have to do this. Now all this thing, atma ke liye chhatri lo, aapke kidhar chhatri lagta hai? There is no space. I have told you there is no space. But you have all notions of that time. As you were saying once upon a time, sun goes for sleeping at night and comes in the morning, it is of that time. But all those had its significance when we were not educated. Then ultimately you can't go on crying for a long time. Somewhere you should stop. Therefore, 10 day, 11 day, 12 day, 13 day, 14 day, and thereafter you must all eat sweets. And everything is normal, so that day onwards you start going outside. At that time there was ample time. So 10 days and 14 days was no consequence. Now they do it in 3 days and they start going out. All these things had significance once upon a time. Today, the earlier we forget, the manner in which these cremation grounds are maintained. To sit there is really an ugly thing. But now, those who want to do it, they can do it. I say, even if you discard Prabhupada didn't give donation to good trust, it is good thing. To a poor person, it is a good thing. In my case, in case of my death of my wife, I gave 10,000 rupees to different institutions and I have forgotten it. But this is everybody's choice because they are your emotion. Really, it has no meaning at present, according to me. Next question.
I think it is connected with
All right.
so I will continue with that. A professor or a thinker has observed, and I'm inclined to agree with him, that our Shastras and our yogis have given too much thought on religion, Atma, Paramatma and destiny, etc. After centuries of Indian culture, which has made many enigmas and andhashraddha, if I may put it, we need now only one action-oriented program working for Daridra Narayana. Or, if I put it in a sloka, Natmaham kamaye rajyam, na swargam, na punarbo, kamaye yuktaptanam, pranina martinasham. Please comment.
Well, you just translate the last thing what you want, because I want to do the direct translation immediately.
Natmaham kamaye rajyam. That is, oh God, I do not desire or crave for kingdom, nor for swargam, that is, not for heaven, nor for rebirth, na punarbo. Kamaye yuktaptanam, pranina martinasham. I only desire or crave for